everybody, welcome to Real Talk. This is our second episode.
Yeah.
If you add our pilot, it's our third episode, but smartass over here. Anyway, we have a very special guest with us today. His name is Bradford Edwin Norbury V, the King of England.
What's up, dude?
If you're German, the Fuhrer.
Oh, Jesus, no.
The Tsar.
So,
He's, yeah. And this is Nick.
hello, guys.
We call him Nick Nack Paddywhack the third. So how's the paddywhacking going?
It's good.
And I'm Daniel
Glad you're
Nicholson.
continuing your paddywhacking line there.
Yeah.
The third.
Good.
All right. Well, we have a special guest, and his nickname, awesome nickname, is Ben B. Ben B, would you like to start out and tell people about yourself?
How you doing? I'm a YouTuber, musician, comedian. You know, I make and write, record music. I'm getting a band going at.
Rockstar.
You're a man of all trades.
I'm a man. I'm just an entertainer. How about we say that?
Yeah, that's fine. I like it.
Are you left-handed?
No? What do you mean?
Are you left-handed?
No.
You mean like this way? This way?
Yeah.
Why?
I can do it with both hands. I'm by like,
Actually, it's uncuttable.
a jack of many trades is like, yeah, I'm a jack of
Well,
many
no, let's not talk about this one. Okay, guys, we have a rule. We cannot talk about politics and anything related to the sex and other.
What else is there to talk
His
about?
his grandma watching.
His grandma's watching.
You don't need to say that on here.
Oh, I don't have to.
Hi, Grandma. We got a Bible around here somewhere. Oh, your grandma's watching. Okay.
Oh, do you know what? Actually, when we started a podcast, I did not show any like my parents and any like. Yeah, I tried to not show this podcast to my parents.
I showed everybody.
My family.
My mom was ashamed.
Oh.
Actually, my dad's like, oh, y'all cuss so fucking much. It's like, well, it's real
we are
podcaster.
adult.
Yeah. I get nervous and I say fuck a lot. So. What about
Same.
you?
I do say fuck quite a lot.
Ah. Okay.
I like to say it as well, like a shit.
My mom asked me, like, son, can you keep the cussing to a minimum on there? It's like, yeah, but I'm kind of known for cussing. I don't think I can do that.
Sounds like you got like Tourette's or something. It's like, my name is Mother.
Oh. Oh my gosh! I watched a video on YouTube how there was a rap song, and then they decided to cut all the bad words away, and then it's just like a beep 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 beep.
Morse code.
It's so funny.
Morse code.
Beep beep.
So you write songs?
Yeah. I write songs. I sing. I play guitar. I've had to produce when necessary. You know, I rap as well. I really am a jack of all trades.
When did you first start? Like,
I started playing guitar when I was 12, about 12 and a half. I think actually December 31st, that exact day of 2017.
That's
Well,
awesome.
2016, excuse me.
was it like a Christmas wish?
No, I got my guitar out of my sister's room and I started playing it.
Oh, that's cool.
She said I could have it, so I just started playing it and kept going. I'm self-taught with everything I do. I don't believe in the word no, so I just keep doing. You know, if something seems like, Brad, it's not going to happen, I just see it as, okay, it's going to be really hard to do, and I do it.
Mm.
You know?
Damn, that's super motivating.
That is.
Like some people cannot start at anything. Like I would like if you start something, continue going, don't stop.
Well, and I can't remember his name, but I know JFK quoted him. There's a journalist who asked this mountain climber. It was the world's first guy to ever climb Mount Everest. This is like the early 50s, I think. Mm-hmm. He asked him, he's like, hey man, why did you do that? And he's like, because it was there. You know?
Yeah.
I'm kind of like that guy. It's like, well,
if everything was easy, everybody would just do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You gotta push yourself.
Mm-hmm. Not everybody can be doctors. Not everybody can be lawyers. Not everybody can be podcasters, musicians, rockers. You know, everybody has their lane. You know.
Yeah.
So how old were you when you picked up the guitar?
12.
12. Wow.
Yes, sir.
That's really cool. Did you have any bands that inspired you?
Oh man, you know that's hard to say, because I'm inspired by literally like every band. If you ask me like what my favorite musician is, I'll have to get like a book out.
What do you think about Linkin Park? Like the new single, the new like.
I haven't heard it.
Oh, okay.
I haven't. I'm not really a big Linkin Park guy, honestly.
Okay.
Are you a Beatles guy?
I like the Beatles. I don't love them, but I like the Beatles. I love the Rolling Stones, though.
Ew. I love the Rolling Stones too.
Hell yeah.
Mick Jagger.
Oh yeah.
He does the chicken walk. Oh, gonna rock and roll you. It's all good stuff.
We're gonna have the Hells Angels as our security. Nothing will ever go wrong.
And that's the day the music truly died. The Hells Angels.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it was like they're trying to do another Woodstock.
Yeah. And it was for a good cause, you know. That people were like, "Yo, why isn't Woodstock for free? We're all a bunch of hippies and shit." And they're like, "Okay, we'll do this." I think it was the Fremont concert in 1970. They're like, "Okay, yeah, we'll do it for free." Well, to do it for free, they had to get a biker gang, that being the Hells Angels, as security, and one of them took out a knife and stabbed the dude,
Oh my God.
like right in front of Mick Jagger. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, man. It's like, well, it's the Hells Angels, so.
Well, that was my thing. It's like, what did you guys think would happen? This is the 70s Hells Angels.
Yeah, they were beating up hippies left and right back then.
Yeah.
They're like, goddamn hippies. Well, it's something like that. Woodstock is like a once in a lifetime thing. You know, they tried to recreate it in the 90s.
Yeah, in both 94 and 99. I mean, the concert itself at 94 and 99, the music was good, and I liked seeing those old videos, but dude, in 1999, it was literally called The Trainwreck, 1999.
Did you see that documentary?
Yeah.
I watched that. That's crazy.
Oh, yeah, it's not... Dude, they found traces of shit in the water.
Ew, and they're all just...
Yeah. Yeah.
This is good. Well, they had, like, traces of shit, and there's... it's like a bunch of frat boys.
Yeah, well, the other thing, there wasn't enough places to use the restroom, so I assume I know what people did there, and that's probably how the shit got in the water.
Yeah.
You know, there was a ton of fights, and of course on day 3 it became a straight up riot. You know, they literally burned it down, and people to this day, there's some people like, oh, Fred Durst caused it. It's like they were rioting before he got there. You know, and also, if somebody blames a song for why a group of people rioted, I don't know, that's just kind of dumb to me.
And it was on a tarmac.
Yeah.
And they were charging like $4 for a bottle of water.
Yeah, I was about to say that. And it was like, what, July?
July, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's really hot.
Jeez.
It's like this is supposed to be like peace and love and everybody coming together, and it was a big cash grab. And
it was exactly as the song that Fred Durst sang entailed. It was break stuff. It wasn't peace and love, it was break stuff.
It's crazy, man. They were gonna have one in 2019.
Yeah, I saw that.
But it got canceled.
Yeah. Well, I looked at the lineup and I'm like, yo, I get it that there's not a whole lot of big rock guys now, but it can't be like Katy Perry and
They got indie rock groups.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, they could take those people that are on YouTube that aren't as like mainstream.
Exactly.
And they could put them in that concert, and it's like, okay, we got like the vibe of the 60s.
Exactly.
You know, it's mellow, it's rock and roll.
I can grab a handful of those guys right now and do that, you know.
Good times, man.
Good times.
Don't take the brown acid. Trust me.
I've never tried acid.
Oh, me either. I've known people like we had this one guy. He was our friend. We called him Marvin. Well, his name was Marvin, but we called him
Marvin the Martian.
Basically, but he did so much acid that we called him. He'd cluck like a chicken. Well, it was like this. Is like, how you doing, Marvin? He's like, I'm doing good, guys. I mean, that's terrible, bro. It's just
you have a nervous twitch, Marvin? What's going on there, buddy?
It's like, just feed him nuts.
It keeps Marvin calm.
Yeah, he did so many drugs. It was crazy.
Yeah, that's the thing. Every person I know where if they've done something more than weed, chances are it's like they've done a handful of different shit.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God.
It's hard to stop.
This is my drug right now, just some coffee.
Dude, my drug is and has always been caffeine.
Caffeine.
I just love caffeine, bro.
How do you drink your coffee?
I don't drink coffee. I can barely remember the taste of coffee. I haven't had coffee since I was like 6. whenever I drank it when I wasn't supposed to.
What do you drink that has the caffeine?
Dr. Pepper, Coca-Cola, that kind of shit.
True. True.
Yeah,
Shout out.
sweet tea. Fucking love sweet tea.
Sweet tea's pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I have a funny story. I don't know why, but like one time at my job, I decided to drink a sweet tea.
Excuse me.
Like I decided to drink sweet tea, and then after that, in like 10 minutes, I feel myself like I did cocaine. Serious.
Oh, wow.
I was super fucking.
Oh, you got
energetic.
the jitters?
Yeah. I don't know why. I was like, oh, I need to do something.
See, and what I did is I cut way back because it got to the point where I couldn't even feel I was drinking it. Like I couldn't even feel a difference. All it was doing was I felt tired, but I couldn't sleep. That's because that's all it does after a while.
Yeah.
So what I did is I pulled it back and I actually because you can take your weakness and turn it into a strength. I take Dr. Pepper. The main time I'm drinking caffeine is whenever I'm working on a video. So, because the caffeine, it helps you focus, it helps you keep energized, and if you naturally organize your body where you're like, I'm depriving myself of this until I'm having to do work, well, that makes you want to do more work.
Yeah.
And I've seen the intervals of my work increasing, you know?
That's good.
That's awesome, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to. You should write a book.
Well, I've actually written a lot of poetry, and I need to post some of that, honestly. And I've written a lot of book ideas and a lot of book entries. I absolutely will write a few books in the probably near future. Yeah.
Is that what you do in your rap? Is kind of like poems, and then you turn them into rap and stuff? Or?
No. Honestly, like okay, here's the thing with me. There's two ways people write songs in rock. There's the jam session, and then there's just pure inspiration, right? And like for example, Tool. You can tell a lot of their songs, it was that all four of those guys got together, somebody started laying down a track, and then they come up with a cool track, and then a week later, the vocalist comes back with lyrics for the track, you know? Which I think, it definitely can still lead to great songs, and if you're a great lyricist, it will still lead to great lyrics. But with rock and metal for me, and country too, what I tend to do is I tend to think of the lyrics first, and the melody and the chorus and all that, and I'll write whole song. I wrote a whole song 2 hours ago.
Wow.
You know, and then I'll come up with the music for it to layer on afterwards. For me personally, I think that works better for rock, but maybe just for me.
Yeah.
Now with rap, it's the other way around. I want to hear the beat first, and then I'll start rapping. You know, and I think with rap, that's 99% of rappers. They want to hear the beat first.
Yeah, true. I mean.
What got you into the rap game?
I mean,
Or did you have like a certain artist that you liked? It's like, hey, I want to be a rapper.
I don't know. I think I was just born into it because my parents loved rap. You know,
Oh, wow.
like that's what I grew up listening to.
What? I hear the first time in my life somebody like parents like to rap. I mean, I know rap became the thing in 90s and then 2000, like.
Well, my parents are in their 40s. It's not like they're like 60. You know, they're bumping Dre and fucking Tupac. You know that kind of stuff.
90s babies or
Yeah.
90s
Oh.
kids.
Well,
Yeah.
my parents.
Well, I
were
mean,
old.
90s teens. You know.
My dad is like a 50, almost 60. Yeah.
Man. I'm telling you, time flies.
Oh yeah.
It's like whenever. Shit. Well, what's You're from Woodward, Oklahoma, right?
Mhm.
What you went to Woodward schools or?
Yeah, I was born and raised in Woodward. Sorry, I'm messing with my eyes. There's cats in here. It's bothering my allergies.
You want an allergy pill?
Nah, man. Thank you though.
I got bad allergies too. I love my babies, so.
Oh, hey man.
So, you're a jack of many trades.
Indeed.
Yeah. So you do YouTube. Okay, what's your YouTube channel?
My YouTube channel is just Benby. I kept it short, simple, and kept it just like my stage name. I want everything to line up so I'm easy to find. That's capital B, capital E, capital N, capital V for people listening to this.
So, shit, you got anything?
Oh. I don't know.
Do you smoke weed? No.
No.
Cut. No. Do you like have? Are you spiritual anyway, or like go to church, or do you have any thoughts on spirituality?
I mean, I'm agnostic.
Agnostic.
You know, I'm agnostic. Yeah.
Seems like a lot of younger
Young
people are
people,
agnostic.
Yeah.
I guess they're trying to get rid of that or away from the organized.
No, I think so. Just from childhood, just think about this one. Like in 8 years old, you remember that you go into church, and then you go into church like all your life, and then eventually you just like don't understand why you're going there, like something
Just
like this.
kind of I guess a habit.
Yeah. Like,
Definitely, like, my spirituality is based on Christianity. Like, I do believe in God. I call what I pray to God. I do pray.
Does that
Yeah.
give you like a driving force?
It gives me a calming force, actually. It makes me feel peaceful, and it makes me feel like what I'm doing makes sense. You know? Whenever you go through a lot of tough shit, and then you want to have a relaxing day, and you see the guitar sitting there, you see the microphone sitting there, you don't want to grab that microphone and pick it up and start recording a video. But if you believe that you were put here for a reason by a God, and that's what you need to do, or there's no point in doing it at all, that makes you pick up the mic. You know, I believe everyone here is here for a reason. Period.
Yeah.
Period.
We all got a destiny, I guess. We're put here for a reason, and it's up to us to get there.
Yeah, absolutely. And by God, some people can take that reason and fuck it up. You know.
Oh yeah.
You know, I've seen that. You know, that's what I try to avoid doing. You know.
Kind of seems like a lot of people in a lot of small towns, you know, they get trapped in that drama. Like when I was a kid, I grew up across the tracks. We called us the track kids.
Yeah.
Which was like the lower income part of town.
Yeah.
That's where I hung out a lot. And a lot of those kids didn't really have parents around, so they would basically find friends that weren't the best friends, and they would consider them family, and it would kind of drag them down to that level.
Yeah.
And it's hard to get out.
There's a certain cynicism in small towns. You know, it's people who they don't see a certain income level. They don't think it's possible. They're around a bunch of negative people who don't want them to be lifted up. You know, I knew a guy from a small town where we were talking about music, and he asked me, because I went to a mechanic shop, you know, or a mechanic school to learn how to be a mechanic for a while. And he told me, he's like, man, what's your dreams? I'm like, man, I want to be a successful musician. I want to make my living off of music. While money, frankly, isn't my first priority in life, I've lived a tough enough life where I learned money, it really isn't everything. You know, it's definitely nice to freaking have, though. And if people say money doesn't help with happiness at all, they're lying. They are fucking lying, you know. But it doesn't help that much. I think toughness contributes with that, too. But, sorry, I'm rambling.
That's okay.
I told him, I'm like, yeah, man, that's my dream. And he's like, well, hell yeah, man. And when that dream fails, you can go out and be a mechanic. And I didn't take that in a calming way. I'm like, man, I don't think I live in the same world as you. I don't really believe in the whole failure thing like that, you know. And you know, it'd be stuff like, he'd be like, man, what's your dream car? And it would be a very attainable car, not like a Lamborghini yada yada but it's like, man, a Porsche Cayman, a new Porsche Cayman is $70,000. There's
crap.
Doctors in this town who have that car.
Yeah.
You know, it's very much if you make great money, you can get that car. Not even insane money. And he's like, man, you got to learn the thing about life, man. Life doesn't work out. It's like, nah, it doesn't if you have that vision. If you have that opinion on it.
It's like a law of
Do you know
attraction.
that?
Yes.
You surround yourself by people that are like you, or objects that are like you, and you just strive for it.
Yeah.
I think you can become kind of like a Naruto kind of figure, though, where there's enough stuff that you can do with yourself to better yourself, where it doesn't matter the kind of negative that's thrown at you. You're like, no, I'm going to keep going. Like, I can be around a bunch of terrible people. It's not going to make me stop what I'm doing. I'm just going to be like, nope, I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to keep dragging on. It definitely may make things tougher for me, but I only know one thing, and that's to improve. You know?
I got a question for you.
What's up, man?
All right, it's like that person saying that to you, it just makes you want to try even harder, right?
You know, honestly, no.
No?
Now, that's the thing. There's certain people where definitely it would make them try harder. Me, all it made me feel is, it made me get really introspective, because I get really introspective and I think, maybe he's right. And then after a couple days, I'm like, no, he wasn't. So actually, later on, it made me try harder, but not at first. No, it just made me get really introspective, you know.
I know how you feel. It's like when I was in well, when I was in school or whatever, it's like people would always tell me like, "Oh, that's just a dream," get into reality. And sometimes you would believe them, or they'd try to bring you down to where you feel depressed and lose hope in yourself, and then you just like, I got to stop this. I got to reach for the stars. I got to do, what I'm here to do. Don't worry about what other people think. Just do what that you like, what makes you happy. And if you can make money at it, yay.
Exactly. Well, and that's the thing. There's certain careers, like y'all's, like mine, where you have to ask yourself very deep questions. Am I willing to be impoverished before making it? Am I willing to have less? Am I willing to have to work extra hours at this? Am I willing to lose sleep to do this? And if the answer is yes, then you probably have what it takes. I definitely think that it's not just all about not even just power of belief, but power of will. It's like, no, there's definitely luck. There's definitely a bit of equity to it, where it's like you got to be in this area, knowing these kind of people, and especially in music, that's the biggest one. It doesn't matter how individualistic YouTube makes things. It's who you know. It's who you know, man. And that's especially as a rock guy, you got to be sociable. You got to be sociable. You can be lucky and stick with a guy who's sociable and have him take you some places. But if it's a small town like this where you don't have that, you got to be that guy. You got to be that guy to be like, okay, I'm going to meet with this person, this person, this person. Like right now, the guy who's the drummer for a band that I've got going, he plays for an orchestra, man. And I've never even been to college. I've barely graduated high school, but I just can't let that stop me. I can't make it seem like this guy's more important. I just got to keep pushing,
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what happened to us. It's like there wasn't a lot of I didn't know a lot of people who were into filmmaking and stuff, and I found out about the multimedia class up at the Votech. And I went there and I met Nick, I met Kevin, I met all these different people that kind of shared the same dream. And I'm so glad that happened. It's about meeting people, becoming friends, networking.
Oh yeah.
Going to like parties or going to events that have the same people that think like you, like what is it, like film festivals. If you go to a film festival, or like you could put like a music video in a film festival.
Yeah.
Or like they have music festival, like music categories, or you could make music. I'm rambling. Anyway.
Dude, I want to be a part of a horror short film. I've always wanted to be a part of a horror short film. That'd be dope.
Well, we're working on one right now.
Oh, yeah, for real?
Yeah.
I'm making a part 2 to this film I made. It's called Windows to the Soul.
Yo, I'm down. I want to be in that. That sounds really cool.
Well, we might need some more people. I'm just like, I made part 1 and part 2. I just feel like killing everybody.
Gotcha. Well, and see, I didn't realize that this podcast would get very motivational. I know I'm a motivational person, though. I'm 20, but I'm 20 physically. Have had a lot more stuff go on in the soul and in the mind. Yeah. Everybody's got a different true age.
Right? It's like you could be 40 and have the drive of a 20-year-old.
Exactly.
It's all about the way you think and perceive things.
Well, and I tell you, one of the things I forgot to mention about like the sacrifices is there's stuff where you have to sacrifice fun sometimes, even if you don't want to. In the sense of, it's like, okay, I can go hang out with these guys, I can go do this, or I can work. Or, and you always want to go after the stimuli, the satisfactory thing, but you have to think, in anything like this, you're thinking the long game. It's like, well, I could get instant satisfaction today, or I could do this and I can be more successful a year from now. If that made any sense.
I think it makes sense. It's like a lot of kids are young adults, in their teens and early 20s. Most of them are just bar hopping.
Oh, yeah.
And they don't really, they say, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it later. I'm young, I'll put it off for a while. Next thing you know, you're 40, and you look back and you're like, well, I spent all that time getting drunk and partying and doing this, and I never did my goal of what I wanted to do.
Exactly. Well, and it's the other things is you gotta make sure you don't set up traps for yourself. It's like, okay, make sure you don't get a woman pregnant if you already ain't got money to begin with. That's a big one. That's when I always on back in my mind. It's like that That's an instant way for that dream to go. Meow.
They used to call me Hairy Palms.
You know what is crazy? So many people who I know, they have family and child.
Dude, it's like
already.
it's like in Fight Club, you know,
What the
the
fuck?
setting up franchises. You know, like the
Yeah.
moment we graduate, half our grades are setting up people franchises.
Yeah.
You know,
That's crazy.
Do they still have they have like the cliques that everybody's in?
oh, dude, that stuff is so weird. Cause yeah, you know, and I think a lot of it is because of how you can really see somebody's maturity level like right after they graduate, where they still act like things are in high school. You know, it's like until everybody starts making big money, and that's whenever I think that clique stuff really starts to change, and you see more intermixing of people because, you know, people are always going to want to go after attractive men are going to be rich men. You know, people are looking for things more serious than just, you know, he or she looks good. It's like, is this a stable person? Can I have a kid with this person? You know, who's the coworker? You know, that's so you see more splitting up there. I don't think our age group is quite there yet, though. I think we got a little bit longer for that.
Well, I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm pretty old, so
You're 32, right?
I'm 35.
35. Wow. Hell yeah.
I'll be 21 in a couple of days. That's crazy.
I'll be 21 in half a year,
Wow.
or a year. No, like 8 months.
Can't believe it, man.
Do
20.
you know what? The weirdest part about being 21, that in a couple of years I will see my people and friends who I went to the school in the bus.
Yeah.
That would be funny.
I can't wait till he turns 21. It's gonna be funny.
Oh my god.
It's gonna be next Sunday.
I just want to see some bikers' reactions to the Ukrainian guy with the neck scar. Like, yo, tell me how you got that one.
I'll dress you up in leather and give you a trike.
I actually forgot. I don't know why, but I totally forgot that I have scar in here. This scar happened by accident. It's happened at my job. I did something.
What did you do?
Well, do you want to hear the truth?
Yo, in high school, I thought you got stabbed. Not gonna
Oh
lie.
no.
Cause I don't know if you saw him like a few years ago. It was bad. Like he had a scar.
That's what I would tell everybody. I'd be like,
I would tell you, yo, man. I went to jail for fighting for drunken fighting, and a guy stabbed me in the showers. I kicked his ass though.
Everybody told me to just lie about the scar and tell something like I had fight or something else. And
It's a gnarly looking scar though, bro. I'm sure whatever the story is good.
yeah.
pretty cool. It's like I cut myself shaving.
That's like I had a teacher where he had a split tongue literally because he was licking peanut butter off a knife.
Oh my god.
He's Lizard Man.
I guess someone like that.
Yo, he actually did look like a lizard, so you got a point.
That's actually a good point right there, right?
Yeah.
He says that women
I
probably
guess
like that.
Yeah.
He can work the ends like
Oh God.
He splits it even further, so he has two of them. Like I could do two at once. That's for a different podcast.
Yeah, he actually talked like Nicholas, but he wasn't Ukrainian. He just had a split tongue. That's why he sounded like that. So if you ever want to do a really good Ukrainian accent, folks, just cut your tongue in half.
Just wonder if he can purr, like two tongues on the either end. Go.
I was meaning to ask what region of Ukraine are you from? Like Odessa?
Oh, from Kiev. That's like from
Kiev.
Central Ukraine.
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
I mean, I was adopted, and oh my god, that's crazy. It's like 7-8 years ago already, since I was born in here. It's 2017. And anyway, I feel myself more American than even Ukrainian.
I feel
I
you.
just feel weird. Like there's not have a barrier between being Ukrainian and American anymore. Like it just disappeared. I just become something like more American.
I remember watching a documentary in 6th grade that our teacher had us watch about what it's like for someone like as a grown man to immigrate from it was somewhere in Africa, like Liberia, something like that, to America. He was on the guy was like in his mid-20s. He was on a flight and he didn't know what a chip was. He held a chip. Like I don't know if he had really ever held a plastic bag before. And he was looking at a chip. He's like, do I eat this? What do I do with it? It's weird to think like there's people out there where a phone that might they're not even in the same realm of of that. Meanwhile, you ask most people, here in America, yo, can you start a fire in like 5 seconds?
Yeah.
Hell no. Well, 5-year-old Matimbo can. Watch this. Boom. Lights it up.
That's magic. They'd look at your phone like witchcraft. Kill him! This is...
It's a witch. It's fire, bone.
It's the devil.
It's a devil.
So you have how many songs you got out? I mean, like
4. I have 4 songs out right now.
4 songs?
Do you
Yes,
think
sir.
do you think it to make album?
Well, that's actually what I'm planning to do
Okay,
soon.
okay.
So y'all can stay tuned for that. The band thing is in its infancy. That's why I haven't really discussed names or anything like that. But that's looking pretty cool.
Hell yeah, dude. So you got a band forming.
Yes.
That's awesome.
You got a drummer.
Yes.
You play guitar.
And let me clarify, not my drummer, not my band, the band. I don't want to make it seem like it's the Ben V band. I've been in some groups where people have been like, "Hey, this is my band because I'm the lead singer." It's like, no, it's our band.
It's like they say the name of the person and it says and the like
Oh my
Diana Ross
gosh.
and the Supremes.
Do you know what? That's similar to I don't know why I bring this up. Like Linkin Park, for example, in like
It's
2000
not the same band without Chester.
Yeah, but like he came in there. He didn't like create this band. I mean, he made this band popular and famous, but he just came in there and then eventually he killed himself. But anyway, that's a different story. But like, it's not his own band. Yeah, people saying it's not the same band without him. But like, I listened to the new song and then new couple of songs and it's fine. Like,
Yeah, I'm definitely not one of those people who think like just because the lead singer or the lead guitarist died that it's a different band and they need to change. No, I'm not that way. I mean, because look like the transition between Bon Scott to Brian.
Oh yeah. That's pretty sad.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Dude, that is a horrible way to die. It's a common way for rock stars to die too.
Yeah.
I think Amy Winehouse, it was also the same case of drowning, via the alcohol.
You ever heard of the 27 Club?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Nirvana.
Jim Morrison was 27 of the Doors.
Yeah.
Mama Cass Elliott, she was 27 when she passed.
Jimi Hendrix.
27.
Amy Winehouse.
Amy
Kurt
Winehouse.
Cobain.
Janis Joplin.
Yeah. The drummer for, I think it was the drummer. Is Keith Moon for the Who. Him too. It was after Keith Moon, I think, whenever they started to notice like what's with all these 27-year-olds dying.
There's always that conspiracy that says that they sold their souls, and for that they sold their souls for fame, and that they had to be, I guess, 27 when they die young, basically.
I'll tell you, I think which first off, when you sign yourself to a record label, you basically are signing your soul. Those people own you, bro.
That's true.
Those people own you. Hey, yo, EMI and y'all. I mean, my soul's up for grabs. I want a Lamborghini.
Well, there was that thing. You ever heard like don't smoke weed with a white lighter or something like that?
No, I'm not familiar with this. What is this?
Well, it's like an old superstition. It's like you're not supposed to smoke weed with a lighter because you'll get caught by the cops or you'll die or something like that.
Of course, there's like stoner superstition, like stoner lore.
But there was always this, kind of like the lore of saying that all of them had a white lighter in their pocket when they passed away.
I didn't know that was another.
It's just a story. I don't know if it's true. But
It makes sense because heroin addicts, they gotta have a lighter usually, especially back then with all of them injecting. Janis Joplin, wasn't she 27 too?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's all like 90% of those deaths is heroin.
Yep.
It's all a lot of it's speedballs.
Speedballs, barbiturates.
Yep.
Mixing sleeping pills with alcohol.
Newstead, it was barbiturates,
Mm-hmm.
I believe, and alcohol. Yeah, it's a big one. And I think with Amy, she was also mixing too, but that wasn't the direct cause of death.
It's insane.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do drugs, kids.
Well,
That's what I want to say.
well, that's the thing. With rap now, it's even worse. They're dropping like flies, man. Like I bet the average age for like the superstar rapper, like I'm talking Juice WRLD level, is 20.
Really?
Yeah, because with musicians, it was always 3 things: plane crash, car crash, drugs.
Yeah.
Plane crash, car crashes. There was the occasional, shot by a crazy fan, shot by jealous person, but that not too common. Not that common. I think there's only 2 examples I can think of. with that. And the shot by the jealous person, that was Selena. She got shot by somebody who she allegedly owed money to, which I don't think she did. I think it was just a woman who was pissed off, but don't quote
Oh,
me.
that was
on
her manager.
What was it? Her manager?
Yeah, she was like jealous, embezzling money from her fan club,
Oh.
and she went to a hotel to confront her, and she shot her.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, that's pretty cool that have all that knowledge of the music.
Yeah.
Like, just stuff like that.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's the thing. I can. You can ask me a genre right now, and I can probably give you like an encyclopedia of history. That's like I love studying that kind of. But
I used to.
I'm a noob.
oh yeah.
I'm a noob in this topic, like all this music.
Oh, you're new?
Yeah, I'm a noob.
Well, just smoke some weed and listen to some records.
Yeah, man.
I got plenty over here. We'll get. Oh yeah. Got too much. I'm a hoarder.
I feel you, man. I feel you.
But you were talking about like funk.
Yeah.
Right? James Brown. It's like it went to soul,
Mm-hmm.
and then you got the funk.
Well, yeah, soul and funk. I'm not sure which one started.
It was
first.
soul first.
I was thinking soul first. I was thinking soul is like 40s, like way back. I'm not an expert on soul though.
Well, soul really came about in like the 50s and came into the 60s.
Yeah.
Then you had the funk, and then towards the mid 70s you had the disco.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
And then-
Wait, the disco. So remember we.
Yeah, disco that really got popping whenever the club scene
Oh,
really peaked, like Studio 54.
Ooh, you know about Studio 50?
Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah. To know the 70s and 80s, you gotta know Studio 54, man.
That was a wild part. That was like the club of all clubs.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. Like when I think like big clubs, I think Studio 54, the Viper Room.
Oh yeah.
What?
Where River Phoenix died.
The Rainbow.
Man, I wish they still had clubs. Like it doesn't seem like clubbing's like it used to be.
No, not. Yeah, you're right about that. Not really.
No. I like house music.
Yeah, I like house music too. Well, and that's the thing. I produce, and I've made a lot of EDM before.
That's actually a subgenre from disco.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, the disco is a format, a beat. It's boom, 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 chuck, boom, chuck.
I see.
And then you just change that snare.
That's what's fun. That's what like a funk. Like it's underground music of the disco. Like
And see, rap started with disco too.
Yeah, the Sugar Hill Gang.
Yep, Sugar Hill. Well, way before Sugar Hill Gang, the guy who started hip hop, his name was DJ Kool Mo D, or not Kool Mo D, DJ Kool Herc. He ran these block parties. His first block party was in '73, at least where he started DJing at him.
Oh.
And he was the guy to create breakbeats. And breakbeats is what creates hip hop. He would take the records and he'd stop them, and he'd make sure to let the beats keep running. Just the constant. And then in come the break dancers at around that same time. In those same block parties, and that would go on for years. And then you start having hype men, and people before the beat would start, it'd be somebody, MC so and so, and this is what I'm here to say. Check out my name, name of the game, playing this beat with DJ Kool Herc, and then the song would start. And then they decided, like, how about we rap on the beat? And then that's where rapping came in, and then you come in with Grandmaster Flash, guys like that, and then the stolen song that the Sugar Hill Gang made that blew up,
Oh yeah, it was a hip hop.
hibbity hop to hip hop.
Rappers
You don't
don't
stop the rock. Yep.
The thing, like that's what I kind of like about like the disco and the rap and all that, is that what disco did is it took a lot of like the synths and the loops, and it started mixing.
Mm-hmm.
Like they would mix records in the clubs, and I think that's kind of where the rap came from. They would scratch the records, and they would slow down the beats and use the loops.
Mm-hmm.
And like now you have like electric pianos,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and you can loop beats on your make your own songs basically.
Yeah, I've done that myself.
Wow.
Done that myself with my phone. Yeah,
That's
that's the other thing to mention. All the music I've made is with my phone.
Really?
That surprises some people because they're like, "This is not to brag, but this is really good." Like, what's your setup, man? What's your software? Like GarageBand, iPhone 11
Yeah.
Pro. Hey, it is Pro though.
It's good stuff, man. I'd love to learn how to make music on my phone. Like,
Well, it took me years, a lot of self teaching. How that started is I was always messing around with it because anything involving sound, anything involving anything I'm interested in like in general, but especially anything involving music, I'm at least going to look into it. My producer moved out of town, like the guy who produced my first song, and I saw it as an instant like roadblock, and I thought because that's a huge roadblock, being able to get your music recorded.
Yeah.
And I saw that, and I'm like, I see that towering roadblock, and I'm like,
Oh, damn.
you know what? I'm gonna just do this my fucking self, And so I just started practicing, and now I can,
Well, if you ever want to have like a jam session, we can record some live sessions.
Oh, that'd be dope, man.
Yeah.
I'd love to. I'd love to.
So your latest song, what's that one called?
Oh, that's We Don't Rep You. I came out with that almost a year ago.
Wow.
October 14th, I believe.
It's, have you played with your band? Like, do y'all have songs and sets ready, or?
No, we're like I said, it's in infancy.
Infancy?
It's in infancy.
Okay. How long do you think it'll be before y'all get together and stuff? And...
To the point where we're gonna start playing live, I figured 2-3 months.
2 or 3 months?
That's cool. I mean,
y'all should do like a concert in Woodward. That'd be cool.
Well, that's where we're gonna start. We're gonna start there. There's already some places that we're gonna line up. And
are they older? Are most of them older than you or younger? Than
the drummer Lance, he's 35.
Wow.
And Nathan Fifield,
Nathan?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. What?
Yeah, he's the bassist.
Nathan?
Wow.
Yeah, man.
The sound
That's
guy?
awesome.
Or he goes to
Nathan, the guy who
he owns Studio Creative.
Nathan Fifield?
Is that?
That's what you're talking about?
No, he's talking about
Nathan.
No, that's Nathan Holiday.
I was gonna say hey,
I was thought that
Nathan's a plumber, my man.
Okay.
He makes his own beats. Yeah, it's good stuff. So, is there anything you want to talk about? Like,
oh man, I can talk about a million things. Now you guys got me relaxed. We're talking about stuff. I want to keep going if that's all right with you.
yeah, that's fine.
Well, when you started doing some like a
beatboxing.
Yeah, beatboxing. I was thinking about dubstep.
Oh yeah.
Do you think it's dead or still alive, like dubstep?
Well, see, that's the thing. A lot of people who are like step heads, they don't even consider Skrillex dubstep because it's really. A lot of people say it's not. Yeah. I'm not an expert on that. I've made some dubsteppy kind of stuff. I haven't released it. Yeah. That's the thing with any musician who records. They have made a lot more than they've released. Made way more than they've released.
That's just so kind of weird that you hear all this mainstream music, and it seems like the best musicians are the ones you find on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
Like it's so underground. I just wish that they would give just regular people more of a chance.
Absolutely. Well, and that's one of the cool things that YouTube has done is it's given people the opportunity that now there's two sides of it, and I say social media in general rather. Okay, for one thing, what it's made every person who just wants to play guitar and make money, it's made it to where they all have to be entertainers. Where everyone has to be funny now. Everyone has to be witty, smart, yada yada. For me, that's not a problem. I just see that as, hey, one more thing I'm good at, Yeah. But there's other people who are like, man, I just want to play guitar. I want to play guitar in a band, and I want to get signed. Well, that makes it tougher for them. On the other hand, it's people who are funny naturally, who have an insane amount of talent. Like some guy who's a terrific pianist. It's like, you know what? I can make these funny piano videos doing these funny meme songs and then blow up, and then I can record an album doing that. And it's like, hey, that helps them,
Yeah, it's all about like, it's kind of the same thing happened to me. It's like you want to make films, and everyone's like, oh, that's all in Hollywood. And to me, this right now is the perfect time to be alive. Because it's like a renaissance. We have everything, all the means available to us.
Most definitely.
We're all connected by the internet. We got YouTube, we got Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and everybody's more connected. And I think to me, I think it'd be easier now than it would like 30 years ago.
Oh yeah, I would say so. In this location, because ultimately that's what matters is where we are right here. It's definitely better now. Definitely.
Well, it's like actors, like a lot of auditions, like ever since 2020, during COVID or whatever, like everybody was on lockdown and we did a lot of Zoom auditions. But now they like, okay, you don't have to fly to LA, you don't have to go here. All you do is like basically self-tape.
Yeah.
And you send it to them, and if they like you, they Zoom call you and talk to you. So you don't have to go, okay, I have to go to LA to be an actor.
Yeah.
Or I have to go here to be an actor. You can do it like from here.
What I've learned is because everything new is toxic in the eyes of a lot of people, you know. And there's definitely a true argument there because it's pretty true.
AI.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we can have a combo about that. But the thing is, you can take what is considered bad and make it a strength and make it positive for you. Like social media, like Instagram, Snapchat, all that. If I'm just constantly scrolling on there, absolutely it's going to make me feel worse. It'll make anybody feel worse.
Oh, yeah.
So what I do, and it takes a lot of discipline, and I mess up, everybody does. I just make sure, okay, I'm going to get in, I'm going to post my thing, I'm going to post a meme or something like that, and I'm getting out. And then it's like, hey, I'm only doing good now. I'm going to check my messages, get out. You know, it's just the discipline of getting out. It's so addictive where
Really?
it's hard to get out, you know.
True.
I think that's what's wrong with society a lot now, with people being depressed, is they compare themselves to people online.
Oh, that's absolutely a big
Yeah.
contributor of it, without question.
I mean, just think about there was
they get
a
100 views.
woman who make a sound hack too, and then she become famous. That's
They have a costume at
That's-
Spirit Halloween, a shirt that says Hawk 2. It's insane.
that's gonna make somebody depressed. I mean, think about that.
Hell, if I could spit on something and make $1 million, I would.
Well, I think that just kind of shows the strange and amazingness of America. The fact of like, I'm not an expert on like Japan or Germany or anything like that. I don't think a woman in Japan could go "Haku," and then she's the face of the country.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's
You
like,
know.
she's such a hero of mine. I just needed a freaking autograph, and I want her to spit on my image.
Hey, I mean, hey, good for her. You know, I see a lot of people like specifically dissing her. It's like, can't blame the person for taking the money.
Yeah.
I wonder how she felt about it when it blew up.
I doubt she felt good. She may lie and say that it didn't, but I mean, no matter what she does, no matter what reality shows, whatever, do you really want your whole life to be known as "Haku"?
Oh, man. It's like, I heard you do a really good Hawk 2.
Dude, it's like some actors, they become famous in one movie and then it's just dragging them like.
Well, look at Will Smith. I mean, what do you think for the rest of that dude's life? What is the number one thing people are going to think of the first moment you bring up Will Smith?
Probably that slap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The dude is an Oscar-winning actor. He's been in terrific movies. He actually used to be, like, whenever I was younger, he used to be an inspiration of mine. I'm like, yo, a guy who's a rapper, he's a clean rapper too, you know, and he's starring in all these big movies. You know, he's got his kids in it. He's all about family and stuff like that. And then I see what he's become now. It's like, how you have fallen, my man. How, you know.
I think the same way about Bill Cosby.
Oh, yeah.
I used to love his stand-up. It was clean.
Everybody did.
He was America's dad.
Yeah, he was wholesome. But you can't watch his show, and especially that scene where he's like, "You're gonna love my sweet potato pop secret.
Oh, God.
You're gonna love the secret ingredient." Like, no,
Have you tried
don't drink.
Tried
Don't eat
my
it.
barbecue sauce?
Yeah.
Everybody.
I think you may be talking about barbecue sauce. You're gonna love the secret ingredient. Like, I don't think I will, Bill.
Would you like a Jack and Coke?
Minutes.
Huh?
We're recording 30 minutes already.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
We've got like 50 minutes.
Oh,
That's
damn.
awesome.
Yeah.
Wait, what was I gonna, shit.
We allowed to keep going, or
I mean, yeah, we can
Yeah.
go on like 10 minutes probably. I mean, I just don't want.
Is there a certain subject that
Yeah.
interests you?
I don't. Well, okay. What good movies have y'all seen recently, new or old?
Oh, Fall Guy, pretty cool.
Fall Guy?
Yeah.
Fall Guy.
I watched Beetlejuice.
Is it good?
I liked it. Have you seen the original?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They actually brought back a lot of practical effects,
Really?
like claymation.
Yeah.
Like, they take clay and they move it around. Remember that big sandworm that comes out in the...
Yeah, the sandworm.
They used the same practical effects, like the...
Same claymation?
Yeah.
Yo, that's really cool.
And they had these... It was not a bunch of CGI. They had, like, scale models, and I just love stuff like that. It's just more fun.
They chose the perfect actress for an emo girl, like the goth girl. They chose Jenna Ortega. It's like, yeah, or take the Monday girl, and now you have this name.
I wonder if she's going to be cast type, though.
I think she was even before Monday, because people who watch a lot of horror, she's always been the horror chick. Like, that's how she got her rise was in horror, and then she kept doing the horror stuff, and then of course Addams Family. Yeah, she's typecast with horror. It's always gonna be dark horror stuff with her.
I think maybe she could break beyond that as she gets older.
Well, yeah, I bet, and the thing, she's a very wholesome and lighthearted person, which that makes me I feel kind of strange that that's the direction she took, but I bet she will like break away because she definitely can. You
I
know?
like her. She did really good in that movie, and I don't know. I thought it was really good. The only problem I had with it was it had too many storylines going on at once. It's like they took 5 scripts and it's like, okay, we're doing it all.
Yo, that's the deal with the. Have you guys seen the new Horizon movie with Kevin Costner?
No, I did not.
That's the biggest problem with it. My dad called it an octopus, and that's perfectly how I describe it. There's like 8 major different like plots going on at the same time with like a 2.5, 3 hour long movie, and it's in different states and in different times, and they don't. It's nauseating. It's a good movie, but it's got too much movie in the movie.
It's like bipolar.
Yeah.
They should have made it a series. It's like they probably should have made it a series instead of
Exactly. That's literally what I told my mom. Like, this would be such a badass miniseries. Well, here, like, okay, people are gonna hate me for this. I didn't really like Oppenheimer. I didn't.
Oh, you I
I
haven't
don't
seen
know.
that one.
I tried to watch a supposedly.
Okay? So
Yeah.
you get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
like
it's fine. It's cool, but it's a little bit boring.
I think you'd have to be in IMAX to kind of really feel
Probably.
The only scene I or most of the people I think gave a shit about watching is the part where the Trinity bomb went off. That was cool. But after that, where they're like, "Now, did you talk to this communist affiliate back in 1939?" Like, I would rather listen to a podcast about this.
Yeah.
The Ben Shapiro reviewing it was more entertaining than the movie.
Oh wow.
You know?
Ben Shapiro he's a pretty smart guy. He talks like 1,000 miles an hour.
Oh yeah.
It's like, oh wow. He's oh shit, yeah. I saw Beetlejuice, and I want to see that new one, See No Evil.
Oh yeah.
It's in theaters right now.
Yeah.
I think that one will be good.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet, so that one might be fun to watch.
What do y'all have as like favorite movie like of all time?
Actually, I don't have. I really don't have favorite movie. Like every movie just good on their own way. Like I don't try to compare with them. Like if I see like very good movie and I saw another very good movie, I don't just stack them by the weight. I just like them all.
I feel you.
I like.
Yeah. I mean, I can say some like I have some of the favorite movies, but they're done in a list. They are not existing in a list.
I feel you, man.
That's
I
one is
feel you.
best.
I like more independent, like Martin Scorsese type movies.
Yeah.
Like
Scorsese's my
Goodfellas.
favorite director.
Oh, he's good. Like, have you ever seen Taxi Driver?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like, I like that. You know the movie company A24?
Mm-hmm.
It always seems like they capture that old school film vibe,
Mm-hmm.
like the old shots, and they came out with this movie called The Iron Claw
Yeah.
about the family of fighters.
Yeah. The Von Erichs tragedy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever see that?
No, I just know about the Curse of the Von Erichs.
It's an amazing movie.
It looked great. I need to watch it.
But they use a lot of 70s cinematography.
Really?
And it just gives that, like, you see the lens flares, and it's got this golden, like, film look.
Yeah.
And they use a lot of the same camera angles that they would use in the 70s.
Yeah.
And it kind of reminded me of like a Scorsese film, like from the 70s.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. That's my favorite kind of type of movie.
The thing with movies that I always find interesting, like Scorsese, is you see the plume effect of what it affects later, in the sense of like, Taxi Driver is basically if Holden Caulfield from Catcher in the Rye grew up, where he's a guy who is distorted by a city, he's mentally cuckoo, he comes back from war, that makes things worse, he's barely hanging on. Well, then that same movie leads to an attempted assassination of a president. You know about that, right?
Yeah, it's
And then it leads to the partial inspiration for the Joker movie. You know?
yeah, that kind of has the same vibe to it. Like,
Yeah, the Joker movie was inspired by that, King of Comedy, and the Bernie Getz incident.
wow. But just that filming style, you know, it's got that real everything, like the colors pop, and everything has a meaning.
Yeah.
It's just I love that type of filmmaking.
Hell yeah.
It's kind of like, have you ever seen The Shining?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. was about to say Hitchcock. It's on the tip of my tongue. I'm so bad with names.
Stanley Kubrick.
Yeah, Stanley Kubrick, man, he's a genius. Well, literally, he was a genius. But I love all his movies. There's something unexplainably uncomfortable about all his films. Like like in that when they're in the Overlook Hotel, you can feel it in your core. Like, I'm not supposed to be here. I feel like I'm in this room with them, and I'm not supposed to be here. Oh, by the way, speaking of like good '70s movies, I just watched The Omen the other day. Yo, that's a good ass movie.
It's pretty crazy.
Mm-hmm.
They had some pretty good stuff back then.
The Omen was shot like ahead of its time. They had like a lot of close-up shots and stuff. I'm like, whoa, this is a '70s movie.
Like The Exorcist. Have you ever seen The Exorcist?
Oh yeah.
Like that kind of gave the genre to like the ghost movies and demons and like the Conjuring type movies and I don't know, that one it uses a lot of practical effects. Came out in 1973, but I think some of it still holds up today. It looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I mean,
there's a certain creepiness to those '70s movies that you can copy, but you can't make any other way besides the way they did it. You know.
Well, like Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah.
He was on Joe Rogan not too long ago. He was talking about like the way movies are made now.
Mm-hmm.
Like you had your 1950s. You can't show a toilet on TV. You have to sleep separately. You can't show a pregnant woman on TV.
Meanwhile, the comic books in the '50s had porn in them.
Yeah. Well, the 60s changed everything.
Yep.
60s and 70s, they basically showed everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then the 80s, they had more regulations on stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And Tarantino says we're kind of right now, it's like people are offended by stuff and you can't show things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he's like, screw them. He's like, it's a movie.
Yeah.
It's like, maybe that's the point. It's supposed to offend you.
I think one of the good things that Quentin does is he makes his movies either in a different time or where you can't tell what time they're in. Because Pulp Fiction's a '70s movie made in the '90s.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, and his first movie, Reservoir Dogs, similar, but not quite to that level. Jackie Brown, that's another one. That's a '70s, '90s movie.
Oh, yeah.
I fucking love Jackie Brown.
The lady that plays her, Pam McGray.
Pam Grier.
Pam Grier. Have you seen any of her ones that she made in the 70s?
Like Get Christy Love, stuff like that. No,
Well, she had like Foxy Brown and she had a bunch of different ones. One called Coffee, but it was black exploitation movies.
Yeah, blaxploitation. Didn't she play Christy Love? I was thinking she did.
I think so.
It's the badass woman who knew kung fu and would beat people up.
Ah, man. They just had so many movies like that back then. But
yeah, a lot of them were shittily made too. Yeah. They weren't good movies.
They had a couple of good ones.
Yeah.
Like that kind of style, like if it's done right, it makes good movies like the Jackie Brown.
Yeah.
Just those types of films. And then you got your Breaking Bads and stuff. It's just got that rawness to it, that real feel.
Yeah. Yeah, like series. What are y'all's? What kind of series does y'all like to watch? You like to watch comedy? You like to watch drama?
What do you like?
That's a good question. Action, sci-fi. I mean, usually drama.
Drama?
Yeah.
Do you like that?
not like typical drama, like a drama with deep of.
You're watching The Boys, right? The show called
I need to see
The Boys.
The Boys.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it, but he's been watching it like crazy. He's like addicted to it.
I've watched Breaking Bad like
cool.
3 times. I love Breaking Bad.
Oh, that's a good one.
Even though Albuquerque is such a huge place, for some reason Albuquerque, like the way they show it and the kind of people they show in it, reminds me so much of our town.
So true.
The guy geeking out on meth, and he sees Jesse digging. Like, what are you doing, man? I'm digging. Well, how deep do you think it is? Pretty deep. And he starts digging it. Like, it's like I have seen people that would do that.
There's a new meth daddy in town. That's Woodward.
That's no shit.
Go out at night.
You know what? The guy, what is the brother-in-law of a main character? He's like police officer. I forget his name.
Oh, Hank?
Yeah. This guy remind me Mr. Harrison. I don't know why.
Mr. Harrison.
Do you know Mr. Harrison? He's my we relate.
Is it a teacher?
No, yeah, it's a teacher.
Hi, Mr. Harrison.
I don't think I know a Mr. Harrison, but it wasn't the one you were thinking of.
It's Mr. Harrison is my my dad had a brother, and this brother is Mr. Harrison.
I see.
Related. Anyway, if I compare this guy from a TV show and then him, I can see like the personality looked the same. He's always happy. He's always acting. He's not so depressed. He's just super positive, and that's what I see in Hank. Same time, like I can relate it. I don't know why.
Dude, have you guys ever seen the movie Hell or High Water?
Shit. Who's in that?
Josh Brolin, I believe, Jeff Bridges, the guy, and this is one of the reasons I brought it up. The guy who played the partner of Hank in Breaking Bad, he's in it. Dude, it's about these guys who are bank robbers, right? But it's set in Oklahoma and Texas. It is the most realistic Oklahoma, Texas movie I've seen.
Wow.
Like they pull up to this one diner, and I mean, you're talking hole in the wall, middle of nowhere, population of 7 kind of town, And there's this woman who was born in the 1800s who's serving them, and she's like, "All right, what don't you want?" And they're like, "What? Well, what don't you want? We got 2 names here. We got T-bone steak, and we can either give you corn on the cob or green beans. Now, what don't you want?" Some asshole came in here from New York back in '86. He said, "Can I have some trout?" We ain't got no damn trout. It's T-bone steak. It's like, I have known people in Oklahoma who were that way. I don't want green beans. What don't you want?
My brother's my uncle.
Yeah, there's some of that. And some Oklahoma shit too.
Man. It's like that in Pennsylvania. The hills have eyes.
Dude, I knew a guy who, and I think he moved back to Pennsylvania, where he was from. I think he lived in both Virginia and Pennsylvania. Both. He came here and he bragged about like all the different like kind of heroin, like how much heroin addiction was around there, and like, "Yeah, you guys don't do heroin around here. It's meth." I'm like,
Dude, it's cocaine in here. Like, oh my god, I just remember something. My coworker came to work, like, and then told me like I did cocaine. I mean, he did cocaine. I was like, really? I guess I don't know. I'm not sure if they're true or not, but I guess whatever this. There was a cocaine people like serious.
Oh yeah.
dude, it's a scary time to be a drug guy now because of fentanyl. It is scary. How was I? Yeah, no, I'm gonna. You might want to cut something. I was about to say something else. I'm like, yeah, no. But yeah, how many? I think the death toll for fentanyl in Oklahoma alone last year was like 600,000. Plus
600,000.
600.
Oh, I was like 600,000. It's like, wow.
Yeah, my mom, my dad, my uncle, my cousin. No, yes.
Oh,
600, maybe close to 1,000, I think, somewhere around there.
It's basically just poison.
Yeah.
It's not even drugs to me. It's just poison.
Yeah, carfentanil, that version of it, it's literally was made to tranquilize elephants. It is an elephant tranquilizer.
That's great.
Did you see that cop that had like 3 grains of salt and he says this will kill everybody in this room?
Oh no, I haven't. I've seen the interview with the guy who was handling because he confiscated fentanyl and enough of it rubbed on his skin where he overdosed. It will get into your pores and kill you.
Dude, I watched a video on YouTube how the cop opened the bag and decided to smell that bag, and then he got not overdose. He got high or something. He laid on the ground, and then he's needed help like right now.
Man.
That was crazy. Like, wow.
So, thank you for hanging out with us.
You're welcome, guys. Thank you for having me.
This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, dang right. I hope I get to be on here soon. Everybody, please check out my Spotify, YouTube, all that. My name is Benv, BENV, all capital. I also have a second channel. It's Benv Music, where I post that's where I post my music in general, but just a lot of music kind of content like skits and stuff like that. Shout out Nate, shout out Lance, shout out Tommy Gunn, shout out Slice Verified, and I'll catch y'all later.
Hell yeah. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in, and we will see you next week, hopefully.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to see y'all's band. I'm going to come see you.
Thank you.
I'm going to look up some more of your music.
Thank you.
Because you guys should look up his music. I've heard some of it. It's pretty cool.
Thank you.
I like it. But is there anything else you guys say?
I guess no. I mean,
No.
I'm kind of in here like outcast.
Nah, you're not an outcast.
You're the incast.
We'll talk about it in the shower.
What? No.
No,
Okay,
I'm
guys.
just kidding. We take our own
Anyway,
showers.
thank you so much to watching this podcast. Damn, there's the camera. It's okay. It's right there. Thank you so much to watching our podcast. This is episode 2, so I guess I see you in episode 3. Wait, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wait,
Okay.
3.
Yeah.
If you.
Yeah. I kind of. Anyway, I guess that's it.
I love you, everybody. Don't do drugs. Stay away from fentanyl. Finish school. Don't drink. Don't drive.
Stay in drugs. Do your school. don't do school. Stay in drugs.
We're we represent Visine. Never go to school with red eyes. Anyway, I'll see y'all later.
Yeah. Well, see you guys.
See ya.
See ya.
Peace.
Bye.